Several weeks ago, I shared that I had redone my parents' guest bathroom while they were away on vacation. And now I am finally ready to share their living room transformation that I did for them as well. Hey there, my name is Yami. I am your Latina next door. Welcome back to mi casa, where I love to share my passion for high-end home decor and DIYs on a budget. I also share room transformations, and if that's something you enjoy, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so that you too can become part of the familia. Today's video is brought to you in partnership with Honbay. Honbay is an online retail store offering you a wonderful selection of sectional sofas as well as modular sofas for your living space. They offer free and fast local shipping, an easy return policy, premium furniture at affordable prices, and the ability to customize your modular sofas to fit any living space. They are offering some exclusive deals for Black Friday, lasting up till November 30th. You can save up to 20% off your purchase, and it is the biggest sale of the year, so you might want to check out the link that I'll have in my description box below so you can see what they have in store. I'll share a little bit more about their sofas in just a few minutes. All right, let's get started with this project. Now, this is my parents' family room. It's looked pretty much like this ever since they purchased this home a little over 20 years ago. Now, since moving in, my parents had the entire floor tiled. However, not much has been done since then, and my parents have quite a collection of furniture that they have accumulated over the years while traveling during my father's military service. However, one constant through all of our travels have been these red velvet couches. These are well over 30 years old. They have seen me through my childhood. They have been part of my mom's formal family back in the early 90s, and my kids have grown up drinking their bottles on them. So, getting my parents to part ways with those had to be very convincing. The living space was looking a little bit worn out and cluttered simply because it's just been well loved by all of their grandchildren. And due to my mom's health struggles these past couple of years, I thought it would be really nice to give this whole space a new look. Of course, there were some non-negotiables. My parents have this shrunk from Germany, and it's something that they cherish. I cannot get rid of that, which is okay, as well as my mom's recliner, which helps her get up and down whenever she's not feeling well. So I sat down with my mom and we discussed options on what to do, and this is what we came up with. Now, this wasn't going to be a surprise, obviously, because this is their living space and they were already back home, and obviously they had nowhere to go. So she had complete knowledge of everything that I was doing from the get-go. And we decided on this color scheme because she really wanted something totally different than what was there for all of these years. She always had to decorate things to match with red because of the couches, and now she really wanted something completely different. She really liked the transformation that I did on the guest bathroom using wallpaper and more neutral colors and the finishes like on the cabinet, so we were excited to see where this would lead. So of course we had to start removing everything from the room. Then, of course, it was time to handle the red couches, and Nelson and my dad took the feet off and, of course, hauled them off to a local thrift store. Once the large pieces were removed, then I began to take down the curtains and the smaller items around. Next, Nelson began to do all of the wiring work in order for us to change the TV from where it was to above the fireplace mantle. This would allow us to have the fireplace as a focal point in the family room, and we are still doing the same mantle mount that we used in our last house, so you don't have to see it so high. You can bring the mantle down and forward for easier viewing. Once we were done with the work, we spackled everything nice and smooth. When all of the wall patchwork was done, we moved everything that was still remaining in the living space to the center of the room and prepped the area for paint. We went with a lighter color for the walls, and I'll make sure to have the colors that I use listed in the description box below. But we decided to go with something a little bit more neutral and lighter just to brighten the space up and remove any of the remaining yellow undertones from the walls. And as always, I trim out the space first, and Nelson comes back in with the roller and he fills everything in. This was a pretty large room, and it took us one day to get it painted with 2 coats. We usually start early in the morning, let the paint dry for a couple of hours, and then finish the second coat in the evening. Once the walls were painted, it was time for the fireplace. And I honestly wanted something very dramatic for the fireplace. I suggested that we go dark because the fireplace was just white, simple trim that was done when it was built. So it was very builder grade. By adding the deep colors, you will really bring out those beautiful trim pieces throughout and just make it look like a higher end fireplace with just a coat of paint. And my mom agreed with this, and she was excited to see what it would look like other than white. And for something like this, I do recommend using a harder enamel paint, like the one that I recommend for cabinet painting. Once the fireplace was dry, it was time to hang the mantle mount. And again, this is the same one that we used in our last house. This is the one that allows you to bring the TV over and in front of your mantle so that you can see it better without having to look up so high. One thing I love about this mantle mount is that it does come with these covers for the back brackets of the mantle so that you can paint it any color you wish in order to camouflage it a little better. Now, while Nelson was finishing up the mantle installation, my dad was putting together a smaller entertainment system that we had ordered online in order to put all of his electronics inside, and that would match a little bit more closely with the shrunk that they had in the room already. Next step, it was time to install the wallpaper. Now, in order to get our plumb line, we decided to use a laser level, and it actually worked pretty well. I was very satisfied using that. And the type of wallpaper I use is a peel and stick, just like the one that we used in the guest bathroom makeover. Of course, I think this one was actually a different maker, but I'll have it listed in the description box below if you want to check it out. It was very easy to install, and obviously it gives my parents the option to remove it later on very easily in case they end up changing their mind or wanting something different down the road. Now, this wall in particular was pretty challenging because of all of the cables and outlets and even gas line for the fireplace that was on that side. But I took my time and I made sure to get the wallpaper as closely as possible to the holes in the wall, and then I would cut the openings. Once the wallpaper was done, we can put the new entertainment center by the fireplace in front of the wallpaper. Then it was off to handle the curtains and drapery. My father wanted something pretty specific because he wanted to make sure that he can close the curtains and not let any light in order to watch movies and games and not see any glare. So I decided that I wanted to not only drape the curtains from ceiling to floor in order to balance out the room because on the other side there was a huge shrunk. But I also wanted to see if there was something I can use to make the system a little bit easier for them. And I decided to go with a combination of sheer curtains for my mom and blackout curtains for my dad. I wanted them to feel like hotel curtains, so that's why I chose the rail system, and that would require these hooks to go in the back portion of the curtains in order to hang them up. I'll make sure to link everything that I used in the description box below in case you are wanting to do something similar in your home. Now, these are pretty simple to install. Now, the system comes with more than one track. If you wish to layer curtains like I do, this one has 3, and I'm putting the sheer ones on the furthest track on the back, and I'll be putting the blackout ones on the one in the front. Now, even though these curtains look light in color, they are near blackout curtains, and they have a beautiful taupe and white pinstripe detail to them that you can see up close. Now, because these are going to be so high up, my dad wanted a system where it would be easy for either him or my mom to be able to just bring the curtains in if they wanted a darker space. So he asked me to come up with something. And so I remember that in the hardware store, you can get these rods that are replacements for your blinds. And I decided to buy some for the blackout curtains, and all I did was feed them through the very last hook on each of the blackout curtain panels, and then proceeded to hang them just like the rest. Then it was time for the rest, and we decided to get a very large rug to replace the one that we had previously. This one is 9 by 12, but this is a really huge space, so it really did need a large rug like this. And of course, it was finally time for our brand new modular sofa. And by this point, even the kids were ready for a sofa. They were so excited to see what it was going to look like. Each of the pieces came individually boxed and wrapped, and you open them up, and inside is the back cushion for each section of your sofa. They came meticulously wrapped and protected. As we opened each section up, we would lay them down according to where we wanted them placed in the living room. Now, this sofa is 100% made of polyester fabric, and it's filled with high density sponge, making it very beautiful and comfortable, but also very sturdy. And of course, my mom and son were having a little bit too much fun with the fabric mesh that they came in. Now, because this is a modular sofa, it's not just U-shaped or L-shaped. You can configure it to match any style and any space in your home. Every seat can be moved and rematched. So we had fun trying to configure what would look best in the space. The sofa comes with sturdy black feet, as well as the screwdriver that you'll need in order to attach the backs onto your bottom pieces. Adding the legs is very simple, and all of the materials you need are there for your easy installation. Now, this is an extremely durable couch because it is based on a solid hardwood frame, and it has durable memory foam cushions built into the fabric. Now, the legs go on each of these sections, so each seat has a lot of support and can be used for many years. Now, in order to attach the backs to the bases, you're going to need these brackets that come, and all you have to do is screw them in to the back. Now, you can use the screwdriver that is provided to you by Honbay in the material packaging, or for even faster installation, you can always use a hand drill. Now, probably the coolest feature of this sofa is that there's a hidden surprise bonus storage under each seat of the cushion. All you have to do is lift it up, and you have a place for toys, blankets, extra cushions, and even board games. And in order to install the back, you need to open it up so that you can put the brackets in. Once the bracket is in and the back is installed, all you have to do is push it back down. So as you can see, this sofa is pretty easy to assemble and you get everything you need in order to do it. Now, once you have your final layout for your sofa, you're going to need these set of brackets. And what it's going to do is it's going to join each of these seats together. So you're going to have to lift up all of the seats in order to do this. Once everything is attached, put down your bottom seat cushions and then add all of your back cushions. You can choose to leave the tabs that lift up each seat cushion up, or you can tuck them in order to get a more seamless look. I'll make sure to link this specific sofa in my description box below so that you can check it out. Okay, so the next thing I needed to do was add some lighting into the space because my parents had no lamps in here, and I found these on Facebook Marketplace for $30 for the pair. Now, they were pretty dirty when I got them, and just by cleaning them, they looked a lot better, but it wasn't the look we were going for. So after I cleaned them up, I taped them to protect some of the areas that I didn't want changed, and I even used the top vinyl because it was still in really good condition, and I took them outside and I gave them a good coat of spray paint. Now this color is chestnut, and I will say it took 2 whole bottles of this in order to cover both of these lamps completely. Now here you can see the color difference between both lamps. Once they were completely dry, I removed all of the tape and actually added brand new shades to these lamps. Next, we added brand new cushions to the sofa. My mom and I went out together looking for cushion covers, and she did a great job in selecting these patterns for this space. My youngest helped me organize all of my dad's movies and CDs in the new entertainment center. My parents had this chair that they wanted to incorporate in the space. This chair was actually from our last house, and I wasn't going to take it with me, but my mom really liked it, and it offers my dad a chair to sit in, so he really wanted it. However, it was a very light color and the pattern was a little outdated, so I checked online and I found this velvet gray slipcover that matched the sofa and the fireplace perfectly, and I thought I'd give it a shot, and it actually turned out pretty good. I added a few more accessories and even more thrifted finds to the space, and here is how it turned out. But first, here's a reminder of what it looked like before. This space feels so much larger now, and those lamps really warm up the space. The TV comes down for easier viewing, and it's really easy to pull down. And this little DIY I made quite a while ago. The floor-to-ceiling curtains really add height and balance the space out. And as you can see, the rods that I added are right behind the blackout curtains, and you can easily pull them to open and shut them however you please. I kept my mom's recliner in her little nook right where she wanted me to keep it, and what I did was I added the floor lamp to the back of it with a different shade, and honestly it works perfectly here, especially if she wants to read or if she wants to work on her embroidery. And I also even thrifted a basket so that she can put her embroidery bag down and have it accessible whenever she wants to pick it up. This sofa is perfect for the space, and it gives us all of the seating that we need for all of the grandkids. Everything looks so much more elegant, yet it still has a nice relaxing feel to it. And judging by my mom's happy dance, I think she likes it too.
Ay, me encanta toda la cortina, el soft de los muebles, los pillows, everything is beautiful. Look like a magazine living room. I love it. I love it.
Well, that is it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and let me know what part of this room transformation was your favorite. I can say that we are all, especially my parents, are enjoying the new space. It is such a difference, and it feels so much larger, and honestly, I am so happy that I was able to do that for them before we moved out. Thank you so much to Honbay for partnering with us on this video. If you are indeed looking for a modular sofa or a sectional sofa, I would definitely check out the link and see what they have to offer. Their shipping is fast and their packaging is top-notch. I hope you're all doing well, and I will see you all back here with another video very soon. Until then, adios!